Guys, so today is the beginning of a next journey, I think, for all of us. But let me first take a step back 1 year when I graduated. After that, I went on a 4-month trip, a surf trip, and I spent most of the time in a hammock there. Then I came back to Germany, to Munich, the cold winter, and I felt really lost. And yeah, I started applying for jobs, but it didn't really work out. I didn't find like the right thing, what I wanted to do. But yeah, then after some time of research, I stumbled upon DPS and LinkedIn. And I asked some friends and they told me, yeah, this is a really cool program, you should really consider it. And yeah, right away I applied for that, got accepted, and yeah, I was super happy about that.
They're still your friends?
They're still my friends, yes. Then last Tuesday, actually, on the party, Philip approached me and asked me, like right out of the blue, is there any comparison between the mountains? He knows that I love mountaineering, and DPS. And first I had to think a little bit, but after a while I actually found a lot of parallels. And yeah, I just want to guide you through my journey about DPS and the mountains a bit. So the first thing, I guess, is the uncertainty before starting a project like that. Yeah, I was super excited to go for DPS, meet international people, and also develop a real product. But I have
uncertainty.
No, but I have to admit that I also felt quite nervous and also a little bit scared, because I was thinking like, will I really be able to solve a problem or solve something like that in 3 months, develop a real product? What will be my problem space? Who will I work with? There was a lot of open questions. But as I really liked this unknown, this uncertainty, I was super happy to embark on the trip. The next thing, I guess, yeah, starting off is like a base camp you need in the mountains. Usually I sleep in a tent, sometimes in my car. Yeah, I still remember the first day at DPS when we met at Königsplatz to start the kickoff. I met Philip and he asked me if I can put some of my favorite music in the playlist. That's actually the picture right there. And I played some reggae tune and he really liked it. And then I immediately felt like welcome and super happy to be part of that. Also, I remembered when I was drinking a Weissbier with Ricardo in the Schneiderbräu, and we had some really good laughs and talks. And also when I met Mauricio the first time and I told him about that I traveled to his home country, El Salvador, and he gave me a big hug. And I was super happy that I visited his country. That made me really feel welcomed. And yeah. The first weeks at DPS, I think, was quite tough for me because it was super new, a lot of workshops, a lot of input, and sometimes I felt quite overwhelmed. But yeah, at the same time, I was super happy that I got such a nice project, and I felt that, yeah, I really could do some impact with the thing that we were developing together with Caritas and also with the amazing team that we had. During the way on DPS, I faced a lot of challenges, I think. So first of all, like, we had a really large problem space. Like, there were so many different use cases that we had to tackle, and in the beginning I felt super lost. The same in the mountains. Like, sometimes I get lost, like here for example, I was in some wall and I didn't know the path anymore. So
The only way is up?
The only way is up, that's true, but sometimes it's left or right, you never know. And that was the case as well in my project, I think. We really had to figure out which way we go and narrow it down to a problem. And in the end, yeah, when we overcame that, I felt super happy and relieved to find the right path again. The same when I found the path again in the morning. I'm still here, so it worked. Then I want to share some tech learnings that I had. And me as a techie, I came from the AI part mostly, sorry. And I think I had quite some experience there, but in software engineering, I also had experience, but not that much. So words like serverless architecture, cloud formation, or Lambda function were completely new to me. But yeah, thanks to the great support of AWS, especially from Bebu, that helped us a lot with all our software architecture, and also from Afi with the AI support. Yeah, so in the end, I can just say I gained so much knowledge in such a short time that, yeah, this really made me feel happy. But on the other hand, like, of course, the technical part is important. But I think the most important is the human part, that especially the team part. You need a team in the mountains, but you also need a team to develop a cool product. And I think for me this was the main part of DPS, like working together with such a cross-functional team and sharing so many memories. I just want to share some funny stories maybe. One story was when I went to a mountain trip with Tia. We started driving with my car. It's quite an old and slow car. And suddenly when we entered the highway, he got super excited and told me, wow, this is my first time entering the Autobahn. I've just seen it on YouTube videos before. And I felt like, wow. I didn't think that I could make someone like so happy just yeah, that was cool.
How much can your car do?
Not a lot, actually. After 120 it gets really loud. So. Yeah, another story is from our team actually. Like we work together with Michael. He's from Egypt and he's there, like remote. And he really does a super great job. And I remember like a few weeks ago, it was super hot here. We were sweating and we came to the office like really a bit unmotivated because we were so like hot. And then we had the tech meeting with Michael and Pablo together, and we shared this that it's so hot here. And he asked, "Yeah, how many degrees is it?" We're like, "Yeah, 33 degrees, super warm." And he just laughed and said, "Here it's 40 degrees all the time." And that made me really feel like humble because we complain about like small stuff here, and he's working with like 40 degrees all the time, and yeah. That really opened up my mind. Yeah, and especially for me that I really love traveling, going to other parts of the world. It was a nice experience now because I'm here from Munich, and it was super nice to show you guys the city and like where I live and share this. And it also made me feel privileged where I live after all the talks to you. That sometimes in your countries, I know it's not that easygoing or not that, yeah, just more problematic maybe, and we can do a lot of stuff here. Also the work-life balance that a lot of your countries don't even have at all. So this really opened my horizon. Yeah. Yeah, and then another funny picture is this one right down there. There was a good moment when we had our team excursion to Caritas, and yeah, Pablo was really trying hard to not fall asleep, but apparently it didn't really work out.
How did you sleep there? Like?
A bit of context, like Pablo had his exams at like 1 a.m. in the morning for
Okay,
the first
yeah.
2 weeks, like 3 to 4 exams. So obviously he was super tired, getting up at 6 o'clock, like 5 hours of sleep.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
he just clapped out.
Did he pass?
and to conclude, I think it's the fulfillment that I really share, like either in the mountains when I climb up some peak that I was visioning for a lot of time, a lot of planning involved, and finally you make it. And also then the way down, if you go down safely here in the valley and have a beer with your friends, maybe a little retro about the day. And yeah, the same thing I felt on Tuesday when we shared our final product. We presented it in front of a large audience. That really made me feel proud and fulfilled, yes. So I guess I can just say thank you to everyone, to DPS, to the core team, to all of you guys, so that I had such a nice experience. And yeah, I can just say the journey has just begun, and I wish you a lot of luck to your professional journey and also your personal path.